Welcome to the Michigan Travel Show, a kaleidoscope of stories about the people, places, and events that shape our great state.
Well, morning everyone. Well, Gary Morgan with the Michigan Travel Show. And, I'm rolling into New Hampshire today after hanging out in Vermont for a couple of days. And going to head over to Mount Washington and a couple other sites here in the great state of New Hampshire called Live Free or Die. Still on the road and out here by Mount Washington, which is way, way up there. If you can just kind of see that little hut on that far mountain up there, that's the top of Mount Washington right there. But the driving road is now closed for the winter. They do take these winter tours on these right here when they reopen in December, January with snow. One of these snowcats take you up to the top. It's a 7-mile road, and right there, this is the Mount Washington Auto Road. This is a visitor center here, and like I said, on the other side is the road up to the top. So pretty cool spot up here in northern New Hampshire. Well, I found the placard here of this is called the Presidential Range, just like I talked about. And of course Mount Washington was over there to the left, but the one right here in the dead center is Mount Jefferson. There's a Mount Adams a little bit closer there. Mount Madison to the right there a little bit. Like I said, the Presidential Range. This is all part of the White Mountains here in New Hampshire. Definitely a famous place. Lots of stuff has went on through here. And of course, they said it was first discovered by European explorer Verrazano, who they built the bridge in New York City, the Verrazano. Supposedly he discovered it in 1524 or whatever, something like that. The auto road was opened in 1961. It was opened as a carriage road, and it is a private road. And Mount Washington is a high peak up here, almost 2,000 feet higher than what I was up yesterday at up there at Mount Mansfield at 4,300. This is 6,288. This is the highest peak in the Northeast, and probably the second or third highest, but the third highest peak east of the Mississippi, a mighty majestic mountain here in New Hampshire. And of course, this whole area is run by the U.S. Forest Service, and of course, like I said, the auto road is a private venture that was built originally in 1961. Like I said, in various ecological zones from top to bottom. Of course, at the top is like being at the North Pole. And what's famous, the most famous thing about Mount Washington, it's recorded the highest wind speeds ever at over 220 miles an hour at the top of that mountain. That's what makes Mount Washington so famous, is the high winds, the highest winds of any place ever recorded on Earth. So that's pretty. Okay, well, we're at the Peckham Notch Visitor Center. The Appalachian Mountain Club runs this. Anyway, they are the, this is kind of the base of where all the trails go up Mount Washington, a few of them. So I'm going to check this out, and there's their visitor center there. Bit of backdrop here on the Appalachian Mountain Club. Was founded in 1876 with 90,000. Now it has more than 90,000 members, but it's always been about hiking on the Appalachian Mountains from Georgia all the way up here to all the way to Maine. So unless it's just one of their visitor center, I stopped at one of these places when I was in Lake Placid and went up to the top of Mount Marcy in September. So pretty cool spot, and gonna go into the trading post, the visitor center right here for a few minutes. Well, I'm looking at, this is the Tuckerman Ravine Trail, And it says the Mount Washington summit, 4.1 miles. It would seem like it'd be further than that, but not a long hike, but I'm sure it's a mighty steep climb, because you're climbing about 4,000 feet in like 4 miles, so that's quite the hike. Here's a map of the trailhead and the surrounding area. Like I said, I'm not hiking today, but I'm just observing for a future hike up this way. There's the trailhead if I was to do it today, but don't have the time, and it's a little mighty cold at this point, so definitely it's a summertime hike. Okay, I'm inside the visitor center here. They've got soup, they got everything. It's got a full service deli here and restaurant, but they also got information on the mountain. Mount Washington, 6,288 feet, and the highest recorded wind at 231 miles an hour. The average temp is 27 degrees, and the summit has never gone above 72 degrees. Lots of snow, obviously, in the summer. Storms can come anytime, and you can get snow up there any time of the year. Obviously, it's a pretty cool place, a unique place here in New Hampshire, and a little bit of information for hikers to go up there. Obviously, I'm not going up there today, but possibly next summer. Okay, inside the visitor center, there's a 3D topographical display here. Kind of cool how they always do these. And right there, it's in Mount Washington, and of course some of the other presidential mountain range here. Pretty cool. And they got weather station. They got everything in here. Definitely help hikers out to get up to this iconic mountain, to say the least. A real covered bridge that is a working roadway. It is a one-lane bridge, and it's wood underneath where you go on the road. It's not concrete or asphalt. This is a real wooden bridge that is a daily use bridge here in Jackson, New Hampshire. One-way traffic. You got to go, each car has to take their turn going through here. Okay, well, I'm on the grounds of the Mount Washington Resort. That majestic looking hotel resort there is just being overlooked just to the right of it by the majestic one and only Mount Washington. You see the weather stations, the whole shot up there. Some roads they've carved up to it. I think they've got a cog railway that goes up it. But a majestic looking view of that resort hotel with, like I said, the mountain just behind it and the whole backdrop of them and this huge valley here. This is pretty majestic looking place. Horses out in their fields here. Cold, windy November day, but this is a majestic looking place at the backdrop of the presidential mountains in Mount Washington. Well, a little more up close of this majestic looking hotel. It was obviously built around the turn of the century, around 1900. And as historic golf courses here, also built at around the turn of the century. Some other buildings, outcrop buildings, but it is one majestic looking hotel. Well, I'm on the back side of the Mount Washington Resort, overlooking the golf course out here and Mount Washington. Phenomenal view of it right here. Wow, you can't get a better view of it than right here. Too bad it's a little bit of a cloudy day, but that's a typical in November. The whole area through here. There's parts of the hotel there. During summer, this place obviously packed. Beautiful stream running through there. Be a raging river when the water melts, but back here is a big giant lawn for people to hang out when the weather's nice, fire pit and all. Beautiful. And then this boardwalk that circles like a porch walk that circles a good portion of the hotel on the outside. Restaurant over there. This place is absolutely phenomenal. This is pretty cool. So we'll walk around a little bit more and check out a few things. And it's probably going to be time to book on out of here on a cold, windy November day overlooking Mount Washington. I'm at Bretton Woods, right across from the Mount Washington Resort there. And this is New Hampshire's largest ski area. And it's also, when I was doing it, the starting point for Reach the Beach, a 200-mile relay race with 12 people. And we ran all night and all day, about a 24-hour race from here all the way down to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, approximately 200 miles. And we did that in 2004 and 2005 with the New York Athletic Club. But I'm going to check out this majestic resort here in just a minute. Here is the lodge for the Bretton Woods ski area, Mount Washington Resort. And there's the hills going up behind it. This is a huge complex. Condos over to the right. Yep, this is quite the place during the wintertime when there's lots of snow. And they should be opening around Thanksgiving or a little bit later. Depends on when the snow starts to fly up here in northern New Hampshire.